Internet, good morning. This is Daybreak748 coming back at you guys with yet again another Figma figure review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Yuuki from SAO2. Now clearly you guys can see that I have her out of the package, so first thing we're going to take a look at are her accessories, and then we'll move on to the actual figure. So for accessories, she comes with the standard Figma goodie bag. She comes with the rack of hands with many different hands that you can swap out. You get some smaller pieces like this one right here. Now this one, for those of you guys who are not familiar with Figma, these are the little pieces that you use for any character with wings. So if you don't want to use the display base to hold the wings intact, this is what you use. Alright, moving on, we have the courtesy piece that Figma has been doing. They give you this extra joint right here just in case you break one of them. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, then you have the standard Figma base that's attached to her right now. You have this sword right here. The sheath is right there, and her wings are already attached on her, so that's pretty cool. Moving on, we have this hilt piece for the sword. Why? Well, it's because if you wanted to display your Yuuki figure without the actual sword and she just has it in her sheath, then this is the piece that you will need. Now, I'm just telling you guys right now, if you try to put this sword in here, it's not going to work, so keep that in mind. Alright, moving on to the faces. You get 3 different faces. You have this generic smiling face. You get this action screaming kind of face, very nicely detailed, and then you have this one, which is my favorite, the smiling face. Alright, then you have this awesome accessory, and I think this is the first time Figma has ever done this. This is 2 separate hands molded together using one piece of plastic, and you can clearly see that this hand is Yuki's hand and this one is Asana's. So if you have the Asana ALO version, then you can definitely put them together. So that's pretty cool. And lastly, you get this scroll, so you can have Yuki passing on the Mother Rosario. I think that's the name of her attack or skill to Asana. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, so as you guys can clearly see, I have Yuuki on this display base or turntable, so let's take a look. As you guys can clearly see, Yuuki is a phenomenal looking figure. The sculpt is done just perfectly. This is Yuuki in all her glory. I love the hair, as you guys can clearly see, the way it's sculpted. Yes, it is posable, and there are some rubbery pieces as well, so it's just a nice mix of everything. As you guys can clearly see, this pattern right here, that design on her lower skirt piece, or I'm not even sure if that is a skirt to be honest, but yeah, that is done very, very nicely. The armor bits right here, perfectly sculpted, very nice. Now, these pieces right here, the little red pieces that are connected, they're a nice pliable piece, so you won't need to worry about that thing getting caught or breaking because you're kind of handling the figure a little roughly. So keep that in mind. So sculpt, perfectly good. 10 out of 10. When it comes to paint, it's okay. For the most part, it's very, very nicely done. The gold trim that you see all over the place, such as her headband, this little gold piece right here, and you know what? Let's move her in for a closer look. So the gold that you see right here, the gold outlining on all of her armor bits, on her gloves, on her skirt, all of it is done pretty nicely. There are some areas, such as right here, that they could have used an extra layer of coat, but it's fine. It gets the job done. So pretty nice. When it comes to articulation, the head is on a standard Figma joint, so it can look down pretty far down. That's pretty good. The head can't really look up due to her hair, and that's something that's very generic with all Figma females, so that's that. The head can look left and right and can pivot. The wings, as you guys can clearly see, is on And actually, let me show you. It's actually attached to the Figma display base right here. So if you were to take this base off, then this wing piece would fall off as well. That is the reason why they've incorporated or gave you this little tiny piece as well. When it comes to the arms, can go out that far. Figma joint at the elbows, full rotation and pivot in the hands. The upper diaphragm joint, she has one. It's right underneath this armor piece right here. For waist swivel, she does. Actually, I don't think she has a waist swivel. I think it's all happening up here in her upper diaphragm. So that's pretty cool. This piece is a nice pliable material, and it's made up of 2 sections. You can't see it because it's hidden, and the way they did it is very, very nice. This piece covers that little cut, so you won't notice it. And then the legs can go out that far, can go out that far. Figma joint at the knees, and then boots, you got that, and if you wanted to maneuver this so you can use the rocker, it's right there. So very, very nice. When it comes to our wings, they are all individually jointed, so you can maneuver it whichever way you like. But be careful because these are a very thin, brittle piece of plastic. So if you're not careful, you can really, really damage the figure. Worst case scenario, you can definitely break that, and no, you do not get an extra piece, so keep that in mind. So with that being said, very awesome figure. Yes, she is a little bit on the harder side to come by. You have to go to places like Mandarake. Why? Because she was an exclusive, but honestly, she was at pretty much every single con last year, so you had many opportunities. But if you didn't, you were not able to, then check out Mandarake first, then eBay, Amazon, places like that. So there you guys have it. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this. If you guys have any questions in regards to this particular figure, please leave it in the comment section down below. If you like what you saw, please hit that like button. It means a lot to me. And yeah, until next time, guys, this is Daybreak 748, and I'm signing out. Peace out, guys.